And welcome to episode 7 of the Backdoor Cut podcast. I'm joined by everyone this time. Jamie Rico, Nelson Espinal, and TJ. I'm assuming your last name is Young because that's what it is on the email. So all of you guys from LakersPulse.net, and I'm the lowly guy. So, yeah, exactly, Jamie. This guy's perfect. How are you guys doing?
Not too bad, yeah.
Everyone. Good. All right. Oh, I hear an echo in the background.
I hear one too.
All right. Let's hope that goes away.
Yeah.
Let's get right into it. The last 5 games, real quick. We'll just do a super quick review of them. The first 2 were against Minnesota and New Orleans, and we won both games, and Team Tank was freaking out.
As always.
As always. I wasn't particularly happy that we really won those games either, but what can you... I mean, the kids looked pretty decent from what I remember. I mean, those were, like a week and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
So those were kind of expected anyways. Minnesota isn't very good, and New Orleans is just completely destroyed by injuries.
Injuries are killing them. Tyreek Evans is out for the year now.
I know. Nick Young.
God.
Okay.
Take him.
I will take a
Or Lou Will, yeah.
Well, they don't have the assets for that. A top 55 protected pick for that guy. And which means that we'll never see that pick. I'm totally fine with that. The last 3 were San Antonio, Indy, and Cleveland. San Antonio had 3 guys out. Manu with his junk injury. Duncan was out. I'm starting to worry about his knee. And then Matt Bonner was out. They just toyed with us. Like, seriously. Like, we almost ended up almost winning that, but that was because Pop just didn't care. That game was bad. And then Indiana, no one could shoot. Kobe was 6 for 25, I think. And Billy Mack was just going on and on about how he's having a good game. I'm like, he missed 19 shots. Like, I don't care if he made 3 threes in a row. Like, oh my word. And then Cleveland, oh my word, that was just. Okay. I think the outline I sent to you guys was a cat playing around with a mouse. Like, anytime we really got closer, just like, well, okay, come on. We're gonna go by double digits again.
Hey, we cut it down to like 8 or 9 in the 4th.
Yeah. And then they were like, yeah, never mind. Well, everyone just go back and destroy these guys. So I think that's about it. I mean, do you guys have any thoughts on the games?
Russell and Randall look great. They look like they're coming around finally.
They do. They do. I think all the chit-chat about Byron finally got him to realize, hey, I should stop being stupid with these 2 guys.
Yeah.
What about you, Nelson? You had a tweet at Lakers Pulse on Twitter quite a bit.
Yeah, I had to tweet out the worst games. I think it was Indiana, and I had to tweet out the Cleveland game, which were both of the worst games. I hated the 2 wins that we got because I'm on Team Tank, obviously, and I want to keep the pick. And if we would have lost those 2 games, we would have been 1 game behind Philly. So a step closer to getting Ben Simmons. I think Russell's really starting to come along. I think he's like, he's gotten like 16 or 15 points each of these 2 games. He's setting up players. He's running the break. He's hitting the balls, but I mean, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. What about you, TJ?
I mean, they look fine to me. Kobe's still checking up shots, like always. I mean, it's just going to take time for those 2, and with Clarkson, too.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of the Kobe chucks, I mean, he's missed, I think, 38 shots the last 2 games, right?
Something
he missed
like
19 against Indiana. I believe he missed 19 as well against Cleveland. He looked good for about, a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then it's just back to being this. The whole thing with Russell, I totally agree that he looks just fine to me. You know, like I don't know how
he looks
he's
comfortable.
playing. Yeah, I don't know how with that coach, but he to me he just looks like he's still playing well in spite of him.
And his
And if you
post
actually,
game.
yeah, if you look at the last like five or six games, another Lakers page on Twitter had two screenshots of someone's stats and then another person's stats and saying pick which one. Well, one was more consistent, and then another one had just like a bigger blow-up game, right?
Mm-hmm.
The bigger blow-up game, that guy was Okafor. Well, he had 22 points in one game, and then I don't even know if he scored double digits the other 4 or 5. And
Wow.
then D'Angelo had, I don't think, less than 12 or 13
Mhm.
in any of the other games. So he's looking good, people. I'm
Really,
sick and
really
tired of
good.
we all are sarcastic about him being a bust. He's not. Like, give him a good coach, which we'll get to later. He's gonna be killer, man. Next thing, I think that's pretty much done with the games.
Yeah.
All-Star break, obviously, right now. We don't have another game for a week. If you guys aren't watching right now, it's Friday the 12th, and our next game is Friday the 19th. So, obviously, it's the All-Star break. What do you guys? Any thoughts of this? I'm not. Yeah, I'm kind of indifferent.
I saw Russell and Clarkson in the Rising Stars Challenge practice this morning. They had a practice at 9:30. Nothing too special.
Yeah. You, Nelson?
I'm gonna watch the 3-point contest because I think this is gonna be one of the best ones of all time. And
Yeah.
I had to watch the dunk contest to see if they're getting any good this year. They're usually bad, but why not?
Yeah.
Levine.
What about-
Levine might make it.
I don't see Levine not winning it again.
Good. No way.
I still would take him. I don't care what anyone says. At the 2, that guy's I saw his stats. Someone, a Minnesota fan, pulled it up earlier in the year. His stats compare from a point guard to a shooting guard.
Yeah.
Oh my word! He is so good at the 2, but they're stubborn with trying him at the 1. What do you got? You got any thoughts on the All-Star break, Jamie?
I'm gonna miss most of it, unfortunately, but I think Kobe can really use this week off. He started looking really old the last couple games.
Yeah, he even said that he'll do what he can, but he's not gonna like go all out or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he said that he would be okay with just playing 10 minutes, which honestly he should play less than that.
Yeah. He should start and play a couple plays and come
Just block LeBron once or twice. Then.
Yeah. How about he throw a pass right into LeBron's junk as he did at the end?
I think Russell's gonna have some fun.
Tonight.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that. Yeah.
That's really the only game I want to watch is the Rising Stars Challenge or whatever they call it. I was kind of I haven't watched an All-Star game, whether it be NBA, MLB, anything in years. I don't care. It's just, like I'm happy for the guys, but like seriously, in baseball, the fact that it mattered, stupid. No one likes that I know of. This one is, whatever. I don't care. NBA, the only person that's really been trying hard the last decade has been Kobe and probably Russell Westbrook. He wants to just dominate everyone.
Yeah, I don't think Russell knows how to not try hard.
This is true. This is true. Either that or he's not trying hard and he's
that athletic.
Like it.
Yeah,
right. Freak. I wish Randall would have gotten chosen in the first place for the Rising Star Challenge, but
he's in the Bahamas.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a much better place than we are. So honestly, I think he probably would. I mean, I don't know if he got invited anyways. After Noel went down with his knee tendonitis as well. I don't know if he got invited, but it's much warmer in the Bahamas than it is in Toronto. All the national guys and beat guys are just saying it's freaking freezing. So I love the cold side. I've been fine with that, but yeah. All right. So no, are you guys even gonna watch the game or pay attention or?
I'll watch Rising Stars, definitely. I don't even think I'll be home for the other ones, so probably
I'll probably watch all of it. I love All-Star Weekend.
Yeah, I usually do watch it because I'm busy this year.
Gotcha. Yeah, I can't. It's an exhibition game. It just doesn't. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. I do have to say that I am happy that Kobe got on the All-Star team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't excuse me. If anyone really thought that he wasn't going to get voted on for his last year, y'all are kidding yourself. Like, if you didn't want it like that, then take away fan voting.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
Or,
even then,
or
they would have put him in. Silver was going to put him in.
Yeah. Exactly. They should have like an honorary spot, anyways.
Yeah.
Jamie, do you want to move your camera a little bit?
Like
on
this.
the little. Yeah, there you go.
There he
When
is.
you sit back, you just disappear.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I was listening to the Lakers Nation podcast on my way home last night from LAX. They brought up how Magic got into his last, and he didn't really deserve it either. So I think it should just be like an honorary spot, you know, for these greats. They should just be acknowledged. Like, if Tim Duncan, I'm going to say that Tim Duncan probably plays next year as well. If he doesn't get a spot in it, then, I mean...
he deserves one.
Yeah. I think we all hate the Spurs, but that dude is incredible. I've talked more crap about him than anyone except LeBron. So, but, yeah. So, over the break... And in the past, or now we're starting to hear a lot of stuff, but over the break we're going to hear a ton of it, I'm sure, since it's going to be the perfect time to fire Byron. I still stand by that he's not being fired this year. It's not going to happen. But there have been reputable sources now saying that he is gone, that it is between Luke and Tibbs. And I told you. I told you guys. It's just that much of a disaster, you know. The fact that Woj, or Adrian Wojnarowski, was the one, you know, he kind of dropped it on everyone. And please don't bring up Phil, people. Just means that they're done, you know. Like, he can't get into the Lakers' mind of thinking, but he can definitely get that. So that means everyone has to know that he's gone. Do you guys have any? I don't want to spend too terribly much on the change. There were some quotes, and did we speak on the Don McClain stuff the last pod, or did that happen?
Is that the Clippers guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Do you guys have any like thoughts other than like we want him gone and whatnot?
Not really. I've accepted he's here the rest of the year. It's only, what, like 27 games?
Yeah, 27 games left.
We'll be fine.
What about you, Nelson?
I would want him gone right now, and I actually think he might stay next year, even though Woj is saying that he's going to be gone. He's probably going to be gone, but I still feel like he might stay. Not because I want to, but because he is. And I don't even know if Luke's coming. I think it's probably going to be Tibbs or some other proven coach. I don't think Luke's going to come to LA. I think he should just stay in Golden State. That's just me.
I just keep seeing everyone reporting Luke that he's the Lakers' favorite.
What about Derek Fisher now? Free agent.
Nothing.
No, okay.
I think he needs a few years as an assistant. I think he can be a good coach.
I agree, and he showed this year that once the team got better talent, that he was better.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying that he was a good coach either, but he showed that he could improve as well. So, and he got fired for triangle reasons. That's essentially what it was. Yeah. There's other guys on my list. I don't really want Tibbs, but if Tibbs and Luke are the two favorites, then I can't honestly complain.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset with Tibbs. He's just not in my top 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Somewhere around.
He's probably about 4 or 5 for me, but that just the 3, 4, and 5 are really fluid all the time. So, what about you, TJ? Other than obviously speaking about Fisher's firing, which was ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, I like Luke, but again, he's with Golden State right now. He's not. I mean, I don't know if he's looking for a head coach job. So I mean, we'll just have to see what other firings there are this year. Yeah, it looks like Byron's going to be the coach for the rest of the year. So we'll just have to see what happens in the off season.
Yeah. The only thing I say about how you and Nelson both said you don't know if he's looking to become a head coach. If you watch Golden State, he still gets up and he almost forgets that he forgets that he's not a head coach. It's in him now. I don't want to be like a armchair psychoanalyst, but it's in him. I think he wants to coach.
Yep.
Are there possibly? Go ahead.
I think that's the way to go. I think younger coaches are better. Like Brad Stevens, he's like in his late 30s, early 40s.
Brad Stevens. Same
thing with Luke Walt, and I think younger is the better way to go nowadays.
I agree. Tibbs isn't too old. I just worry about him just killing people. But honestly, after Byron not playing people enough.
It can't get any worse.
Yeah, I'd be fine with Russell and Randall playing 40 minutes a night right now.
Yeah. I don't know if there's better situations for Luke. I saw New York with Phil. I don't really know if that's.
Luke doesn't want to run the triangle.
Yeah, that's the thing. People aren't taking it into account, and I apparently got into it because he's apparently very weak self-esteem. Lazenby, the writer for the Michael Jordan book, Ronald or something, he was bringing up that Rambis is Phil's guy, because he doesn't have any options. Who's he gonna hire in mid-season? But
maybe Tibbs.
Whatever.
They've been talking about that.
Yeah, supposedly Tibbs is his favorite job ever would be to coach
I heard that.
And B-Ball Breakdown was saying that Tibbs kind of ran the triangle in Chicago, so.
Yeah, I honestly could see that. Yeah. If Phil
imagine Porzingis on the defensive end with Tibbs.
Dude, he wouldn't even really have to bulk up for that. It's just, he already is, but oh my God, yeah. The one reason why I would have Tibbs as a top option really would just to get Clarkson, kick him in the ass. I'm so sick and tired of his terrible defense.
He did acknowledge it though, which is a
finally
good step. Yeah.
Finally. I have a few quotes here from Byron though in the past week or so. Or I don't even know if it's week. I think it's just the past few days. I just want to get your guys' quick reactions off of it. First off, he said, I think this is the second or third time this year he said this, that he thought Russell would be further along.
Yep.
That's on you, Byron.
Yeah. Maybe playing more than 26 minutes.
I know. And really, when people are like, he is playing 26 minutes, I'm just like, he's improving because he's played every game except, 2 or 3? So,
yep.
He was going to start improving, and he's doing it in spite of him.
Yep.
Another one said that Russell plays around too much.
He said that a couple days ago, right?
Yeah.
Because then a few days before that, he said basically the same thing, but then added he gets serious when the time to be serious comes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just left that second part out the next time.
Well, that, and yet he has said that their relationship is based off of playfulness. Yeah. So which one is it? That's when people are asking why Byron is so stupid, it's because he contradicts himself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he can contradict himself in one press conference. Within 2 or 3 minutes, I've heard him do it after a game. I'm just like, did he? What? No. Anyways, all right. We already went over Don McLean apparently last week. This isn't about Russell, but he said that I think it was the Indiana game, that he drew up the pull-up fadeaway threes.
Yes.
That
was the play design. Yeah.
That was. Oh my word! That one got me. I was just like, you're so stupid. Like, that was all Kobe. Like, if you guys watched, like, there was no play set up for that one. Nothing. There was nothing drawn up. There was probably a giant smiley face on that thing. And then he did start Sacre over Black when Hibbert was out.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
I just love how we were all joking about that on Twitter before the lineups got announced, and then
it happened.
Yeah, I tweeted his stats. He was like 0 for 4 with a turnover and 4 fouls in like 12 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah. I just don't understand Byron with this. It's ridiculous. Sorry, excuse me.
He had a turnover on like the first play of the game. That's so funny.
And he's got such stone hands. It's unbelievable.
Like, it's hard to believe, but I think soccer has somehow gotten worse. Because, like, last year, he was still bad, but he still offered something, especially on defense.
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything this year.
No. I mean, at least he's not falling on the floor like Hibbert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hibbert, man.
Yeah, Tarek back should be starting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, definitely. I definitely agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to stay with Hibbert starting, I'm actually fine with it. I just would want you to reduce his minutes.
Yeah.
And reduce his touches. Like in the Cleveland game, he got like 6 touches in the game. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, because Byron still thinks that he can post up. So.
Well, this is 1990s ball. That's how you play, inside out.
Great defensive system.
Right. This isn't exactly Byron talking, but did you guys read the Bill Oram article where he was talking to Worthy?
Oh, about criticizing Byron?
Yeah. How quote, we expect effort and we criticize the team. Decisions made by Byron right now going through the experimental growth period, there's nothing to be critical of.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
I'm just gonna leave that there. I've butchered Worthy on Twitter. That guy's an idiot. I know, and then of course, in the article was saying, he has to be careful. No, he doesn't. Like, just be honest. Like, that's all the fans are asking, is to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Then this past week, Magic Johnson, everyone's favorite resident clown, was on First Take, and I believe you watched it, Nelson. Right? You still like First Take?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I like it. I just like hearing them talk dumb stuff.
Yeah, I do watch it sometimes for the entertainment.
Yeah. What about you, TJ? Did you check it out?
I did not. I was looking on Twitter. I saw some of the quotes, but I mean, he's just so annoying now.
Yeah.
So stupid.
I've got, when I was going through, I didn't remember all the quotes. So, the Donald G NBA, I believe his actual last name is Green. Really great follow. He writes for the Lakers Outsiders. He does really good videos of post-game stuff, and then he got all the quotes, apparently, from the Magic Johnson episode of First Take. I've got a few, and oh my word. Let me start out by saying, apparently I didn't watch it. I hate First Take. I was stupid a few years ago and thought that they were good. I was dumb.
All publicity.
Yeah. Stephen A. Oh my word, he's atrocious. The last episode that I remember listening to was when Skip called Chris Broussard pretty much gutless, and that he sold his soul to the devil to get LeBron going to Miami. Oh, I laughed so hard on that one. Oh, but at the very beginning of the show, apparently Stephen A. suggested that Genie should sell the Lakers to Magic Johnson so he could turn them around. Anyone?
Nope. No comment.
Nope.
No. Nelson, you look like you want to say something, but you're holding back.
No, I'm okay.
Okay. I'll get you guys here in a second with quotes. So don't worry, people. You'll hear. I'm sure you'll hear Nelson cuss at least twice. I don't know what order these were in. I just went off of Donald GMBA's timeline. First one, I'm disappointed that the Lakers couldn't send off Kobe Bryant how Denver did Manning. That disappointed me about the franchise.
Should have released Kobe right after the injury.
Right?
Right after his Achilles rupture, it would have been exactly the same.
Right?
Should have just released him.
It's not the same situation, Magic. What an idiot. What an idiot. Next, people are mistaken. This one I should say is possibly my favorite one. People are mistaken. Kobe wasn't the leader of the team. Fisher was. Of the second title team.
The 09, yeah.
Oh, okay. I missed that quote.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it either. And I went last night because I've been lazy this week and I didn't know when we were gonna have a pod. I didn't have anything like set up, so I know that sounds terrible, right? But yeah, I even have it starred right next to it that Fisher was the leader.
I mean, he was a leader, I guess, but
yeah,
I wouldn't call him the leader of that team.
he was maybe what, the fifth or sixth best player on that team.
Yeah.
If that. I know he started, but that didn't mean anything. That was
he really
because
wasn't
we didn't
very
have
good.
one.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they were having Farmar and they were having Farmar play more minutes than him at some points.
Yep.
Which is sad because I was never a fan of Farmar. The next one. Oh my word. When you sub Randall, Nance, or Bass, the defense says, I don't have to do anything differently because they all play the same way.
That was the one that got me. He said that there's no diversity on the team, that they're all the same.
Yeah, he said they're all the same, yeah. They're not the same at all.
Not even close.
Same name and everything.
If you're not watching, people, I have the biggest grin on my face because you should see the look of their faces. And then he followed that up with a couple more quotes of that same thing. You draft Randall, then draft Nance, then you sign Bass. That's 3 centers who all do the same thing.
First of all, none of them are centers.
Yeah, they don't play the same way. Like, Bass is a 4, people. He's actually played really good at the 5 recently. Like the last 2 months, I would say. He's not a 5. He's a 4. And then he questioned the drafting. Why take Nance if you have Randall?
Randall can't play 48 minutes?
Yeah, I can see, since they didn't know if they were going to sign Bass. That one I can see a little bit more because guys on the board like R.J. Hunter, technically Kevon Looney, but he was hurt and he plays the 4 anyways. There was a few decent options. The thing is the Lakers are really good at drafting and scouting. They may take too much into one-on-one workouts, but they know what they're doing there.
Yeah. Just look at Zachary now. Look what they've done with him.
Well, he was the last pick in the draft. So.
Yeah,
exactly. Him
the
and
second best last pick ever.
Right, other than like Isaiah Thomas. Honestly, if you go back and look at draft after draft after draft, how many of those guys, the last pick in the draft, or even the last 5 picks in the draft, where I believe, or even where Kelly was, Ryan Kelly. I think he was like the 48th pick.
Yeah.
If you
Those
look
guys
from
don't
like
play.
48 to they don't play or they don't even make the league.
No.
Like even though they both suck, the value that they've actually provided from their spot is insane.
Yep.
And then the last one, I think I got rest of them, was Jim needs to step aside. Doesn't have to be Phil that replaces him. Just step aside, Jim. Jerry still lives in LA. As in Jerry West.
Okay.
Jerry West is what, 80?
Yeah, he's not leaving the Warriors. He's
Yeah.
not leaving
Yeah.
a
Not
team
leaving
set
the
up to
Warriors.
win the next 8 years.
And Jerry West hasn't been anything but a consultant for years.
Yeah.
Like
Not a GM.
Yeah. Did you mute yourself, Nelson?
My sister came in, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like, I started reading I think Grant Goldberg, I think his name is, on Lakers Outsiders. He wrote a piece of Magic is so out of touch with fan base and everything.
Yeah.
It is so true. Another one off the top of my head was he said that Clarkson and Russell aren't professional, and Kobe Bryant will teach them that. They have been nothing but professional.
Yeah, they haven't
my
strangled Byron, so that's professional.
Yeah, right. Russell, Randall, and Clarkson haven't teamed up and done like a Latrell Sprewell on PJ Carlesimo.
Yeah.
So they haven't really there've been little shade thrown at them, but unbelievable. If people honestly think that Magic still is a good basketball mind, you're out of your mind.
Yeah.
So the silence is deafening.
Yeah.
I have some other quotes that I wanted to say. Magic on KD. He said, "I will recruit him hard. He's the only guy that can turn it around. He has the type of personality that fits Hollywood."
No. He's got the opposite personality for Hollywood.
That just shows that he's out of touch.
Westbrook has the perfect personality for Hollywood.
Yeah, and honestly, giving him a max contract in 2 years, it's gonna scare the crap out of me.
Yeah, I don't know how long he's gonna last.
Because he's already 27, right? So he'll be 29, and a max contract is 4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm sure Jim on Jim Pat 7777 will tell me all the contract details later. Thank you, buddy. I'm not being sarcastic on that one. He's a good fellow. Yeah. He's great. Yeah. I just Showtime just needs to just go away. I'm sick and tired of hearing Showtime.
Mm-hmm.
That was 30 years ago, people. Stop it. And then bringing up Phil,
oh God.
He fired a coach who actually, I don't think I'm not saying he was good, okay? I would probably say he was bottom 10 in coaches. But they were improving. If you really fired him, over a losing streak that wasn't very bad. They were 1-9 in their last 10.
Mm-hmm.
If you got fired him over that, that's stupid. Or if you fired him, and this one would be really scary. If you fired him for not actually running the triangle, oh my word, why would you want him?
Well, there was other reports that said that the Matt Barnes incident had some play in it, and also his leadership skills, how he would be go, and he wouldn't relate to the players. He wasn't that much of a players coach. He was much more of a big, powerful speech giver and a strong guy.
Yeah, and if that's what it is, and you don't think he's the guy, I am totally fine with that. It's just the ones that I heard. Maybe it was just people saying being the loudest of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was that because I didn't hear those quotes. I'm not saying that they didn't happen. Just
I saw them from I think it was from HP Basketball posted them.
Oh, what was it?
If I remember correctly.
Gotcha. Yeah. if it really had to do with triangle issues or a losing streak, then why on earth would you want him as not Fisher? I'm talking of Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
Like everyone needs to stop with that.
But he doesn't want to coach either. How old is he? He's coming up on his 70s.
Old.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm so tired of hearing of
70 right now.
Phil and D'Antoni situation. Like people, Phil didn't want to coach. He wanted to coach practices. He didn't want to do in-game stuff.
Practices and some home games is
yeah,
what it was.
Yeah, like he wanted to be a part-time head coach. But what? Like, first off, that team wasn't going to win. I don't care what anyone says.
Too many issues.
Yeah. We were lucky to make the playoffs that year, and that was with Kobe just going.
Maybe the best stretch of his career.
Yeah, which is incredible. But so stupid. I'm just so sick. Like, and yes, it was not Jim that did that. It was Jerry.
Yeah.
Daddy Jerry, Dr. Jerry Buss.
Wanted to relive Showtime, and so he hired D'Antoni.
He made the call. How many times do people have to tell you people? Okay. If Phil took over because of Genie, then the team is going to be a disaster. They're gonna start dealing people, and they're gonna start making stupid signings. It's just gonna be dumb. Yeah, I'm done with Magic and Phil. Go away.
Yeah.
And Byron.
So
yeah,
definitely Byron. There was an interesting thing that happened last night on Twitter. Honey on BLS's blog brought up the CP3 trade, right? I started talking to him a little bit. He said that his mentions weren't bad, but oh my word, some of the people that because it was in response to a snotty dripping.
Yep.
So James Hollis is his real name. It was just that it wasn't that big of a or that bad of a thing. If you really think back to it, it really wasn't. Excuse me, I'm trying to look for it. If you look back at the situation, he made a lot of sense. I hate rehashing it, but so this is from Honey. So from the Lakers' perspective, you'd be gutting the team of Powell and Lamar, banking on CP3 and Kobe working, which he didn't think that would have worked. You're hoping Bynum could continue the best stretch of his career, which ended up, he couldn't play anymore. And of course he doubts that whole dynamic wasn't going to work of Bynum, CP3, and Kobe. And then he said, in regards to Stern's decision, I don't know what went into his thought process and how much that dumb Gilbert letter worked into it, but Stern chose to get the younger assets instead of Odom, Scola, Martin, and Dragic in a first, which were good. He went for first Amino and Eric Gordon, who at the time was thought to be the next great thing. It didn't work out, but it made the most logical sense. We all hate that trade because we were going to steal CP3. That makes a lot of sense. And I think you commented on it, Jamie.
Yeah.
Of it set them up, the Pelicans. It set them up for drafting AD.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
So I think it
worked out for them anyway.
It worked out for them. For the Lakers, my whole thought process of it sucks. Do you wish it happened? Probably, but at the same time, you have no clue where you're
we'd probably be pretty bad off right now.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Because it would be CP3 and
a broken down Kobe and no cap space.
Yeah. If people want to say they would have drawn free agents,
we would have had cap space. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. It didn't make. If you look at it, it just didn't make sense. Would we have loved to have them? yes, but we wouldn't have had the cap space, as Jamie said, and we wouldn't have any of the future assets, which you went and talked about again this morning on Lakers Pulse, on Twitter. I was surprised. I hadn't heard that side, you know. I always have heard, you know, like, this is stupid, and I don't know why, you know. But I thought that was a good one. Do you guys have any takes on that? TJ?
I did not see anything about that CP3 thing, so I don't know.
No.
I think
Nelson?
it's just hindsight. Obviously, hindsight's 2020. Like, we see where we are now. We did get some luck in getting Russell last year, Randall the year before.
Yep.
When it happened, I was mad, obviously, and for the next 2 years, I was mad. But seeing where we are now, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. What about you, Nelson?
Didn't we still have assets to pull off the Dwight Howard trade, if I'm not mistaken?
Well, he brought up that he brought that up, and it could have happened. But can you imagine Dwight Howard with not only Kobe but Chris Paul, two of the biggest assholes out there on the court? Like
they don't like.
Oh my word! They don't joke around at all. That was part of the reason why DeAndre was about to leave. Like, Howard would have for sure left. Even I mean, obviously he left anyways, but it wouldn't have even been a question. He would have been like, "Yeah, dude, it's like no way I'm staying with these guys. I don't care what type of hit that shows to my career. No way."
Look at Dwight now.
Oh man, he's fallen so fast.
Yeah.
Trade him to
Boston,
the Celtics for Brooklyn's pick and Dallas's pick.
They're not going to get equal trade value on for him. No way.
No. Especially since he's expiring.
That's my point. You know, if even with the injuries, I think someone would pay a massive amount, but because he's not going to sign off on keeping his player option. He's gone. He's going to test the market, and whoever pays that $29.5 million, have fun with that.
It's probably going to be Brooklyn.
Boston. Yeah.
Brooklyn. But if Brooklyn takes them, then they're going to have to deal Lopez.
Aren't they already going to do that though? Aren't they trying to trade him?
No.
Prokhorov.
Prokhorov just said that they're not dealing Lopez or Young, which to me is it's so bad. Did you guys listen to the Low Post, the Zach Lowe podcast? Did you hear the Howard Beck?
Yeah,
where they went over all the scenarios.
Yeah.
I think something that they brought up was perfect. Of that pick is gone, so don't even worry about it. Like, bottom out. Trade what you can to get what you can. If you can get like a young player and a first-round draft pick for Lopez, you have to do it.
Yeah.
You know, if you can trade Thad Young for a early second-round pick, because you're not probably getting a first for him, you have to do it, because then you can package that with you buy another second-round pick and then you try and move back up into the first. You know. So
their future does not look bright.
Oh, I know. That's my whole thing. Like Lopez does not fit. You know, he doesn't fit. Neither does Thad Young. I would have let him walk in free agency. I think that they have to trade them for the best of the future. I'm sorry, they don't have a chance of being good next year. But I do have to say I think that they're going to go hard after DeRozan, and I hope that they get him.
They're going to throw money at everybody they can.
But even he said
wants to compete.
Yeah, he said a couple days ago that it's going to take way more than everyone expects for him to leave Toronto.
Good.
Oh, good.
It's going to be a max. It has to be a max.
I would not give him the max. Oh my word.
He is an all-star.
I just don't like him on the Lakers. I might if I was a team that had a spot for him.
I wouldn't pay him. No way. if you listen also to the Low Post, the Kevin Pelton episode, which I got myself into some trouble. Low pulled up the defensive RPM where he was 73 out of 79, I believe, which is bad. He was right behind Nick Stauskas, which we all know is a bad defender. I mistakenly sent to HP Basketball because he said that that was the guy he wouldn't want to max out.
Mm-hmm.
I sent him that, and then of course him and Pelton were like, Pelton was like, I didn't say that, and I was like, oh, my bad. He was like, no, that was Zach that mentioned that, and he mentioned that defensive RPM are kind of it's kind of a hard stat to go off of, and he said at best he thought he was an average defender, so he's not a good defender. So, and he can't shoot. So, yeah, go Brooklyn. Okay, take DeRozan. I don't want him. I got us all off topic. I'm sorry. I obviously do that a lot. So that was off of the CP3 trade. Jamie, you made some comments this morning about Jim and Mitch. Do you want to discuss
talk about how
quick?
I'm happy with where the Lakers are? Those ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was based off the CP3 thing earlier because I woke up to some people still mentioning about it.
I'm sure.
Basically, I just said that I'm pretty ecstatic with where the Lakers are outside of Byron. I mean, in 3 years where we were over the cap, and our two best pieces were Sacre and Kelly, we've come to where we are now with 5 or 6 good young pieces that will be in the rotation, all of the cap space you could ever want. Like, Lakers are in a pretty good spot right now, I think.
Yep. What is your girlfriend playing in the background?
Fallout 4.
Oh,
overrated.
Okay.
Oh, get out of here, Nelson. I'm muting you the rest of the time.
I totally agree. I totally agree with that. I've continually said that here on the podcast that I trust them, other than the Byron thing, and I think that is the perfect segue to Jeannie.
Yep.
So everyone that wants to say that Jeannie does not run things, you have absolutely no clue. According to Harrison Fagan, he pulled it up. He found out Jeannie has an equal stake in ownership, but her position is higher than Jim's.
Yeah, she has final say on every decision.
Yep. On every decision, people. Every decision. And then there was one by Kurt Helen. I think I talked about him earlier. NBC Sports. He's the originator of Forum Blue and Gold, and then he passed it on to Darius Soriano. In one of his posts, he said, Jeannie Buss is the ultimate power and the person in the league recognizes as the owner for official votes of the Board of Governors. But this is not like other ownership situations where she has ultimate power and can fire whomever she wants and replace them. She can't just axe family members and sideline them. Again, it's a complex trust with shared power and responsibilities. What really that means is that, yes, she can fire Jim, but she is the one in charge. So people that try and tell me, I had a crazy discussion with a Warriors fan of all people he thought that he knew more about my organization than I did.
Oh, shots fired.
Yeah, I know. Oh my word, that dude, idiot. Jeannie holds power. Like, I've been saying this from the beginning. Jeannie is the one that makes the calls, and those are Harrison isn't like he's a good source, He pulled it from somewhere. He's not obviously a national guy, but he's a very reliable source in my opinion. He doesn't have any inside info, but he does for the Silver Screen and Roll, so he follows a ton of stuff. And then Kurt, he was originally Forum Blue and Gold, and now he's NBC Sports. That's two people that show that she is. In fact,
I believe when they were writing that all up the last year of Dr. Bus being in charge, that was made public that she is the head of it. They all have equal share, but she has final decision.
Yeah. She is the president, and he's the vice president of basketball operations.
Exactly.
Yep. Exactly. So she is, in fact, the one making the decisions, people. It's just unbelievable that people still want to bring that up. I think we can move on from that one. I think we can get into more fun stuff.
Actually, I have some quotes from Stephen A. Smith, my best source of all time. And these were the ones where he said on his show on SiriusXM, he said, I'm hearing Jim Buss is out, which Club Chick will likely follow. Jeannie is going to clean house. If Jeannie Buss does that, you know she is going to bring Phil back. I think Dolan will let him out of his deal to go to L.A.
The only problem with that is, well, there's multiple problems with that. She said that she's not doing that until 2017. The second issue is it's Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
Which was the last thing that he broke was LeBron to Miami 5 years ago, and even then, I doubt it was from LeBron. I bet you it was from one of LeBron's homies. So,
or it was a wild guess and it came right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. How much garbage has he spewed, and people still believe him? It's unbelievable.
KD to the Warriors, KD to the Lakers, KD to Memphis now.
Who's that one kid that somehow broke Dwight to Houston and has done nothing, but people still follow him?
Yeah. I remember that.
You get lucky once, that's all you need.
Yeah. I mean, Stephen A. is a talking head. He doesn't know I need to watch my language. Yeah. That's all he is. He's a talking head. He talks loud, so if I talk the loudest in the room, then everyone's going to pay attention to me. Like, yeah, that's essentially.
And every time you don't hear of his name for like a week or 5 days, he says something else stupid just to get all over the internet again.
Yep. He's an attention whore. That's what he is. Fun stuff. Trade deadline is coming up. I'm not going to quite get into us yet. But Jamie, I love that you saw that Oladipo from Orlando is essentially kind of available. He would be an incredible get, and you said that you would give up Clarkson, Lou, and probably and a future first protected pick. Yep. I totally agree with that.
Twitter did not agree with me.
Twitter did not agree. I think it was like a 60 to 40.
Oh, did it get that high?
Yeah, it did.
The last time I checked, it was like 77%.
Yeah.
Oh, one person.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, are we saying that Oladipo is a potential? Well, I mean, I think he's a potential superstar still. Yeah. Are we saying that he's going to be that, or that he's even a star yet, or anything like that?
I mean, he just got benched, so like, what was the issue with that?
That was Skiles, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was Skiles.
And he was coming off of an injury. He had when we played him, he remember he fell on the ground and hit his head really hard on the court, and he got a bad concussion, and he was out for a few games. And then for some reason, Orlando just really likes Elfrid Payton, and I don't get it. He literally in the NBA now, you either have to be able to shoot. If at the one, you either have to be able to shoot or be insanely athletic.
Mm-hmm.
Peyton is neither.
He's a worse Michael Carter Williams.
Yeah.
He's a solid defender, but he can't shoot for his life.
I mean, he's a solid defender though. Like that's it. You know that if he was like Tony Allen in a point guard, that's one thing. But he's not. He can't do that. I said I would have done it in a heartbeat.
Oh, that might not be enough. I don't think.
Yeah. I think a lot of Oladipo. I'm not. I had a conversation with Cole Z. Wicker, the NBA cap strategist guy. I'm not as high as a lot of people are on him, but I'm still kind of high on him. He's only a month, I think, older than Clarkson.
Yep.
So it's not like you're trading for a guy that's like 26 or 27, you know, and is a complete bust. He's been in the league, this is his 3rd or 4th year?
Yeah.
Third, I think,
in a incredibly bad situation in Orlando. They were like the original Sixers, and people just don't realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that so quickly. And, like, on offense, is it an upgrade? No, not really. They kind of do this.
A little bit of a step back, even.
Yeah. I mean, if really it even is, I don't know. He doesn't have a lot of great talent. I mean, well, they have good talent, but it's young talent.
Yeah.
So it's like it's been him, and that's about it. And Vucevic or Vucevic, I don't know how you pronounce his name. Which that guy can't play defense to save his life either. I would take Oladipo. He's so good defensively, you know? Oh.
Yeah, I don't think people realize that.
Yeah, what did you just see, Jamie? Your eyes.
Sorry, somebody just tweeted at me that they compared Randall to Hashim Thabit, so. Yeah. I just scrolled up on Twitter here.
Wasn't D'Angelo Russell Smush Parker?
Oh, I saw it.
Am I right?
Oh, man. I haven't been feeling good, and man, that hurt to laugh that hard. That's not. I don't even. What?
Randall looked great, but if you look over skill, Parker is much better. It doesn't mean he will have a better career. Hashim Thabit had skill too.
Oh my word.
It's funny.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to go on from that.
Sorry.
That was. I wonder why, like, I'm like, people can't honestly be that stupid. And then I go on Twitter and they're like, yeah, I'm really that stupid.
Buddy Hield, top 3 pick.
I keep seeing that.
Yeah.
I do.
I mean, top 1, if we're being honest.
Yeah,
I've seen that one game.
Over
If
Benson any day.
if it's not Buddy, then it's got to be Taco Fall, right?
Oh, yeah. Those are the 1 and 2.
Yep. Oh my word. That was a good one. That was a good laugh. I needed a good laugh.
I'm gonna get so much backlash for not putting Buddy Hield in my top 10.
Honestly, I've been looking at the draft. Sam Vecini, he has Buddy, and I think at 8. And I don't know if that's actually a terrible. This draft is so bad. It really is. Like, after the top 2 or 3, like, it is just terrible. Depends, I guess, on your view of some of the guys, but
I like Bender, but again, he might not come over for 2 or 3 years.
yeah, and honestly, like, I'm still set on trading it for like Noel and more, but
Only if it's 3, though. I really don't think you can trade it if it's 1 or 2.
no, I totally agree.
You can.
I totally agree.
Unless somebody gives you like a massive package for 1 because they want Simmons that badly.
Yeah.
But it's got to be like blow you away big.
If we get 1 and the Sixers get 2, I will trade. No, if you guys, someone echoing.
Unless somebody gives you. Yeah, someone is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll trade 1 for 2 if they take Simmons, and then they give us, and we'll take
Noel.
we'll take Noel, and we'll take Ingram. That would be a perfect storm right there.
Lakers would have their starting 5. That'd be nice.
Oh, I'd cuss you guys out if you ever did that.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
I love this.
I know you do, fanboy. The next poll that you brought up, Jamie, and people kind of butchered you for this one. I think it was massive overpay, but Brad Stevens for the pick. this year.
If it's number 3. I didn't write that, but I implied number 3.
If it's number 3, yeah.
That got me thinking. The last time a coach was traded was
Doc, right?
Doc.
Doc
Rivers,
Yeah, who at the time was, a recent NBA champion, winning coach, which I think he's proving that he's really not that good of a coach.
Had some really good assistants.
He's really bad.
He had Tom Thibodeau when they won that championship. Someone told me, someone was saying that that Tibbs only took scrubs to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yep.
Was it you, Jamie?
Yeah, somebody tweeted that at me.
Yeah. I'm gonna put you on blast. Arian Mitchell, I think his name was. Yeah, he didn't take scrubs to the.
Just the MVP of the league.
Yeah.
And they're prime all dang.
Yeah. I mean, you can contort history however you want, but that doesn't make it true. What the Celtics got for Doc turned out to be the 28th pick. So I think that's what you'd have to be looking at, not a top 3 pick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, obviously, I think they'd have to give us something as well. But yeah, I don't know if they would do that even. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't do that.
No,
Danny Ainge probably would do that. He thinks that he could probably find another insane coach.
Assets.
Yeah, right. Which people don't realize apparently how great of a situation they are, in my opinion.
Yeah. I hate
that. I mean, they're gonna have like a top 5 pick for the next 4 years.
And then, I mean, I'm not saying he will, but KD, who knows what he'll do?
No, I don't think so.
I've actually seen more rumblings of that in the past year or so.
Please no, I'll be so mad. I don't want to hate KD.
I mean, they're gonna have massive cap space.
Go for Dwight instead.
Although it would be better than him going to Golden State because I'd just stop watching the NBA.
Oh, dude, everyone is just, and they get pissed at you, Jamie, when you say that. Like, I obviously I don't get to see all your mentions. I just get to see like the replies people have. But oh my word, people get like, you wouldn't be a fan and blah blah blah. Like,
nope, I'd be done.
Seriously, like.
I saw one that said he was a fan since like 2010 when they won the second championship.
Yeah,
they're already maybe going to break the record.
Yeah.
Best season ever. And I mean, I think the best player in the game.
Second best player in the game.
No.
I take Steph Curry. I take Steph Curry over here.
No, I take KD still.
Yeah.
I still take KD. Yeah. They would have to do some crazy moves, and I actually think like the first
Barnes
year
and
was
Azili is
Barnes and Azili, which speaking of Azili, R.I.P. Azili, like that dude.
He's supposed to be out.
He's out. Yeah, they're not even reevaluating for 6 weeks. Like he might be like lucky to play in the playoffs.
Yep. And they're still winning, no biggie.
What are they right now? 48-4.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Like that shouldn't be allowed. Like, where's David Stern when you need him? Yeah. Just oh my word, that would be sad. So Jamie, you brought up something this morning that you wanted to do. You wanted to do a redraft of the 2014 NBA draft, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's got a really loud noise.
Yeah, I don't know who that was.
Gone.
Mine's pulling up.
Not mine.
So I think we can all agree Wiggins still won.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Which HB Basketball and a few other people have been having to deal with them idiots online about how Wiggins isn't very good. Does Wiggins have his flaws? Of course, but man,
people want every number 1 pick to be LeBron, KD, Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
And that's so rare.
Oh my word.
We're lucky to have those 3 in a short amount of time.
Yeah. Well, you said KD.
Yeah, he was 2, but
he was 2,
basically 1. I mean, Greg Oden would have been the same thing if he didn't get hurt. So
Yeah, which people just apparently can't grasp that.
yeah.
So the top 10, rehash that. 1 was Wiggins, 2 was Jabari Parker, 3 was Joel Embiid, 4 Aaron Gordon, 5 Dante Exum. Man, 2 through 5, man, decimated by injuries.
It was a bad draft.
The talent was incredible, but just people have been just hurt. 6 was Marcus Smart. 7 was Julius Randle, obviously. 8 was Nick Stauskas. 9 was Noah Vinla. And 10 was Elfrid Payton. I think we can all easily say that number 1, Wiggins, was
Solid.
the best pick. I think, Jamie, that you questioned Jabari at 2.
Yeah.
I was never a fan. I thought he should have gone like 3 or 4. The fact that he was in discussion for top pick was hilarious. He doesn't shoot. I don't get that one.
Yeah.
That's more, I think, Milwaukee, though. I don't think that's really it.
The problem
it's
is,
definitely
though,
scheme.
yeah, there's some scheme, but I've seen plays where he has the open 3 and he just doesn't take it. So I don't understand. 1, Wiggins, obviously. 2, who would you guys put at 2?
Parker.
I think I'd go Embiid, even though he's hurt.
He hasn't played an
Just
NBA game.
Such a talent.
I don't know if he ever will.
Yeah. I'm looking down farther.
There's no one in the second round besides Clarkson.
And Hood.
And
No, Hood wasn't second round.
No, he was late
First?
Yeah,
it was
Hood
19.
went 23 to
23,
Utah.
yeah.
That's a steal.
So 11 was McDermott, who was picked by Denver but traded to Chicago. 12 was Dario Saric, who's going to be supposedly coming over this year. 13, Zach LaVine. TJ Warren, 14. 15, Adrian Payne. 16 was Joseph Nurkic.
It's not bad.
yeah.
But he was picked by the Bulls, who then traded him to Denver. Then 17 was James Young, who I still like. I would take a chance on him, but he has completely flamed out in Boston, apparently. 18 was Tyler Enos, who's been traded, 2 or 3 times now? At least it seems like it. 19 was Gary Harris, who Chicago probably wishes they had right about now. They traded him to Denver. 20 was Bruno Caboclo.
Some guy who will probably never play.
Another guy who, Jacob Rude brought up a trade of Brandon Bass for Bruno and Norm Powell, and I would take that trade. Bass for those two. I like Norm Powell, and then Bruno is just a lottery ticket. 21 was Mitch McGary. 22 was Jordan Adams, who never plays. 23 was Rodney Hood, who looks like if he can keep his ankles healthy.
Yeah, he's playing tonight in the Rising Stars Challenge, too.
Yeah. 24 was Shabazz Napier, who famously was drafted by LeBron James, and then he bolted. And I remember so many people saying that he should go in the high lottery, and I was like, nah,
No.
you apparently haven't watched him. Like he had a good tournament, but that dude terrible. And in Orlando, I haven't seen one good comment about him, other than when the Lakers played them, and then he of course had a career night.
Yeah, of course.
25 was Clint Capella, who I think would be a massive riser in a redraft.
Yeah.
26 was P.J. Harrison. 27 was Bogdanovich.
Yeah.
28 was C.J. Wilcox, who barely plays. 29 was Josh Eustace, who I don't even know if he stepped on the NBA floor yet.
I think so.
30 was Kyle Anderson, who I think he would rise up as well. Then you got a couple interesting names. You got KJ McDaniels in the second round. I like Damian Inglis, but he never plays for Milwaukee.
Jokic, Nikola Jokic for Denver.
Yeah,
41.
he went 41. Jeremy Grant went 39. Glenn Robinson III, who he's starting to look better, in my opinion. He went 40. Johnny O'Bryant, who's just a decent backup big, he went 36.
Look at all these Philly picks. 32, 39, 47,
Yeah.
52, 54.
Yep. There's also though here a couple interesting names. Walter Tavares. He has a 7'9" wingspan. He's the guy that has he did have a fro. I don't know if he does still for Atlanta. Nick Johnson was drafted by the Rockets. I don't know why no one gives him a chance. Probably just because he's too short. He can't play the one.
Yeah.
Dwight Powell, who of course had a career night against the Lakers in the first 2 games, but I still think his athleticism is awesome, but they don't play him for a lot, it seems like, in Dallas. Obviously, Clarkson would be a much higher draft pick.
Yep.
But people always say like he was a surprise. Not really.
Not really. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a few drafts at the time where Clarkson was going to go in the early to mid 20s. So
yeah, I don't know what happened.
Because he's old.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was 24 now.
Yeah, he will be 24 in June. He's 23 right now.
Okay.
But that's an old for NBA prospect, and obviously there's questions still of his jump shot. So, there is issues there. Looking down, you could have Greek Freak's brother, but that's just a name, really. No one else really after Clarkson, really.
He's the older brother of the Greek Freak.
Yeah,
is he?
Yeah, he's the older brother.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I think he's well, Giannis is only like 21. He just turned 21. I think
He's 23. He's 23.
Yeah, Thanasis? Yeah. I think Thanasis. I think that's how it is. He might be drafted a little bit higher than a couple of these guys, but probably not much. I think Clarkson would probably go top 10, I think.
Around 10.
Around, yeah.
I don't think he would be too terribly much higher. I think in a redraft, Randall would go higher.
Yep.
Who
do you guys have it to?
I don't know, because I liked Exum a lot last year. I know he can't shoot very, very good right now still, but he tore his ACL, so we have no idea. But in the tournament, was it the FIBA tournament that he was in?
Yeah.
When he tore his ACL, people were saying that he was looking a lot better.
Yeah. I might even go him too. I was a huge fan of his.
Yeah.
I was too. But I guess taking into account how they're playing right now, I guess I would probably say Randall. I'm probably going to get butchered by people, and they would probably take Parker still. I was never a fan of Parker. Just never was. He's not super athletic. He's not a great shooter. He can't defend. He was supposed to be the super polished guy, but if they don't. I mean, maybe in a different team he would be better.
And he kind of plays like power forward now.
Yeah, he's a small power forward.
Yeah. People were trying to say he was a 3. I was like, no, he's a 4.
Yeah.
He's a stretch 4 that they don't use as a stretch.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm going to go Wiggins, Exum, Randall. Top 3.
For your top 3.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
I don't know. Yeah, I still like Aaron Gordon at 4. I think he's got potential.
Who do you have your 2 and 3 then, TJ?
I'd probably say Wiggins, Parker, Randall, Gordon.
All right.
I still like Jabari Parker.
Yeah. What about you, Nelson?
Parker, Exum, and then Randall.
Parker, Exum, and Randall. Yeah, I would probably go. Obviously, everyone has Wiggins still at 1. I would probably go Randall, Exum, Parker. I'm the low man on Parker, apparently. I'd
have Parker at 4.
Okay, so both of us.
Then Gordon 5.
I'm not a huge. I was never a huge fan of Parker. He was supposed to be the super skilled guy, and he just, to me,
played for Duke.
See, I thought he was going to be where I thought Okafor was going to be, where he wasn't the best player by any means in the draft.
Yeah.
Didn't have the highest ceiling, but probably going to win Rookie of the Year.
Oh.
And then as time went on, he would get passed up.
He might have last year if it wasn't for him tearing his ACL. Yeah. I saw someone, I think, bring that up to you, Jamie. Randall was out last year too. All these guys have been injured. The only person that has been consistently healthy, besides obviously Wiggins, would in the top 7 would be Smart, and he's out.
No, he's been hurt. Yeah.
I mean, he's been out. I think there was a stretch last year where he missed 10, 15 games or something like that. So, yeah. I think drafts are best to look at 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years, yep.
But I think it's a fun one because it's just so many injuries. Vonleh is dropping. Stauskas might not even be taken in the first.
Yeah.
How far up are you on Zach LaVine?
Oh, I would probably
think he'd be in the top 10.
Top 10.
I think I was tempted to take LaVine at 7. I love LaVine. I thought he could have possibly been a point guard, but I mean, I would, after realizing it now, I would have been no, put him at a 2 and let's just let him do his thing. I probably would be scorned by people.
I'd probably put Rodney Hood. I'd probably put around 10 as well.
Yeah, I think you might even have to go higher on him, maybe 6.
Yeah.
Because how far would? Okay, I think the biggest question really is how far does Embiid fall?
I think he still goes top 5.
Mm.
You don't think he's gonna re-break that foot like he did?
I don't know if he's ever gonna play legit. I don't even know. I have him at middle of the first round maybe.
So 14, 15?
It'd be steal if he gets on the court.
Oh my word! I know he's just so incredibly talented.
If obviously it's a huge if, but if he stays healthy, he could be the best player from the draft.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. So I think really the big movers are Clint Capella jumps up, Rodney Hood jumps up, Clarkson jumps up. I think Gary Harris doesn't go 19. I think he goes 12.
I think the 2 Denver guys aren't bad too.
Yeah.
Nurkic and
Jokic.
Jokic, yeah. I think
they could go. One of them I think would go top 10. Maybe one. I think both of them would still go lottery.
Yeah.
Dario Saric, that's another huge question mark because you never know when he's coming over.
I think he falls.
Supposedly this year.
I think so. I know. Yeah. McDermott, I think, would fall. I would just that would be a guy that I think I would be intrigued to look at if he was available. What do you guys think?
I'd definitely look at him off the bench. Yeah.
I mean, he's still a really good shooter. I don't know if it's actually falling, but the form and everything is perfect.
Yep.
It has to come. I mean, if you're not going to be giving up a huge asset, in my opinion, for him, he can't finish well around the rim, and he's not good defensively. But he can shoot, and you need shooting.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, Nelson? You're quiet over there. Who do you think would jump up? Who would fall? Who would what?
I think Gordon for sure falls to 7 because I really love Gordon from the draft. I think he falls to us. I think Marcus Smart falls to maybe 10-ish, I guess. I think Jordan Clarkson doesn't go top 10 because I think he's a bit overrated right now. I think he probably goes maybe 12 or 11 outside of the top 10. Yeah,
I could see that.
I think he's very overrated right now.
Oh, especially by Lakers fans.
His defense is terrible. I mean, I was watching the game. He loses his man all the time, and he's long and he's actually really athletic, and he can't still keep up.
He can stay in front.
He should be good at defense for how big he is for a guard.
Yeah, he's not super long. He's got good solid length. It's not.
But he's athletic.
But yeah, he might be an elite athlete.
Yeah.
I hate putting elite on anything, but
But
he just might be. That dunk that he dunked on, who was it? On Cleveland, I think it was against Cleveland. Was it on Verjao? I think.
Oh yeah.
He could have just powered that home, but he just like, oh, I'll just put it down and take it. He's an incredible athlete. Yeah, I think Nelson's right. I agree with you, Nelson. I think 11 or 12. I think he would go lottery at the minimum.
Yeah, he's a lottery lock. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Nurkic and Jokic both go lottery. Clint Capella goes up. Who is the other guy in the second round that I said would go up? I think McDaniels, KJ McDaniels would go higher.
Yep.
Kyle Anderson would go up.
Oh, Kyle Anderson definitely.
Yeah, I love.
And I think Jeremy Grant, Glenn Robinson III would go higher, and Spencer Dinwiddie I think would go about 10 spots higher.
I think Nick Johnson goes higher to a team that gives him a shot.
The problem is Nick Johnson even in the league now?
Is he with the Heat?
No. That's Tyler Johnson. I'll look up Nick Johnson.
Looks like he's in the D League right now.
Is he? Yeah. Okay. I think he probably would go a little higher, but I mean I don't know. I think it depends on the team for him.
Peyton Falls. I skipped over that name, Peyton Falls. Ooh.
Yeah. All right. Well, any other thing on that? On the possible like a fun redraft?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
All right. We'll get to a couple cues that we had because all of you guys are jerks and don't respond to me. You have to, of course, respond to Jamie. So, first question is by Bad to the Bones. Do the Lakers make a trade at the deadline? Let's start with you first, Nelson.
I think they trade Lou Williams and hopefully Brendan Bass for a couple picks. Maybe I don't think Roy Hibbert's going anywhere. I think that contract's way too bloated and untradeable. And I think that might be it. I think unless they make a move for Clarkson, I think he's on the trading block. I think they could trade him for maybe Booker, but that'd be too much. I think.
Real quick, I've seen the Devin Booker one.
Yeah.
I don't. He would be a perfect fit. Yes, he's not going anywhere.
Booker.
I don't think they'd trade him now. They like him.
No, they're not going to trade him.
My only thing is if they question that he can play the three, because they've got a couple threes already. He's better than all of them already, in my opinion. But next year, when Bledsoe comes back, Knight, because Knight with Bledsoe looks good. Knight by himself looks bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then if Booker can play the three, then
they
got their.
No,
I had him at the three coming out of the draft. He's like 6'6". Here.
I had him as the perfect two guard.
I mean, he would be an insanely good two. Of course, my internet for some reason just wants to be super slow. There we go, Draft Express. He's still super young. Oh my word!
He looks like
that
too.
Yeah, right.
He looks 16.
They have so draft.
Can't even grow a beard yet.
Draft Express has him at 2. I can't really grow a beard other than what I have on my face. It's terrible. The Lakers outsiders are making fun of us. They all can pretty much grow beards except Tony. They have him as a 2. I thought he could play a 3. He's 6'5" and almost 6'6" with shoes. And he's got a 6'8" and a quarter-inch wingspan. So I guess I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's just a little too short for the 3.
I mean, try to guard KD. No.
Yeah.
Anybody trying to guard KD though?
Yeah,
this is true. I do have to say though, for a guy that was really thrown into it, I thought Anthony Brown looked pretty good.
He did,
spurts. Not the whole game. In spurts, there was times. KD's gonna make shots over anyone because because he's a freak.
I want to know how tall he is. Like, can we have that in an all-star event where we put him against the wall and measure him?
I want to say if he's not 7 foot, like at least in shoes, I would be
He's taller than
surprised.
Ibaka, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And his arms are freakishly long. I think he's 7 foot with about a 7'7" wingspan.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all just guessing, but that just, oh my word, he's just so, like, when he jumps, like, and he puts the ball in proper position, like, no one is blocking that shot.
Nope.
Like, no one. Like, you're gonna have like Manute Bol with like Nate Robinson's explosiveness to be able to.
Yeah.
Did you see earlier in the year on Twitter, somebody asked him that, and he replied 6'7" with a winky face?
How tall he was? No, wow. Funny. Yeah, I thought AB did pretty good on him. It's spurt. I
He
guess
got really good until he stopped getting minutes.
Yeah.
Hashtag play meta.
Just put meta on him.
Oh my word! Don't even start. Oh my word.
Yeah, why did Meta play that game? I missed the Cleveland game, but then I saw in the box score Meta had minutes.
He was trying to lock in LeBron.
No, I think Brown was right.
Anthony Brown, I can't remember if it was the Indiana game or the Cleveland game, because of course Byron doesn't play him anymore because he's an idiot. He rolled his ankle in practice. So I believe that's why he didn't play against Cleveland. I think that was the Cleveland game.
Yeah, that was Cleveland.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they're playing Nick to try and increase some type of trade value.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is he hasn't looked good at all.
So they had to trade him at the beginning of the year when he looked great.
I know. Like, seriously, trade him for a late second.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now of course they thought like, oh, he'll stay like this. It was just a fluke last year. No, it wasn't.
He assisted Kobe for the first time in his career, like a couple months ago. It was so funny. It was like his third year playing with him, and he assisted him for the first time ever.
I mean, Kobe was out a lot, but yeah, that's sad.
Speaking of assists, Hassan Whiteside, do you see his assist numbers?
His career assist or high is, I think, 2.
2.
Yeah, he has 21 career assists as of like last week. He's like 15 this year.
Speaking of Hassan Whiteside, he scares me more
worse
and
and
worse
worse.
every day.
So bad. He's getting benched for Amari Stoudemire.
Yeah.
He's still getting that max.
Dwayne Wade threw him under the bus the other night, and then he's suspended now. Or I don't know if it was for last night, but he was suspended for the elbow. Yeah. So the dude has insane talent. We're not arguing that, but I don't want to pay him that much money because he scares the crap out of me. I don't care if the cap is high. You know, it's just the risk is unbelievable.
Yep.
Well, that might be going back to Nelson. Maybe if you could get Booker, I'm all for it. Yeah. I just don't know if they.
I don't see a trade even happening. I don't see the Lakers making one.
Yeah.
Unless it's Lou Will to a contender.
Lou Will and Bass are the only two maybes for me.
Yeah, because Hibbert's not leaving.
No.
Hibbert's just going to walk off into cap space heaven.
Yep.
And then Nick we're just stuck with.
Yep.
But what you don't think we're going to make any moves either, Jamie?
I don't think so. It doesn't look like it. I'd be surprised.
It was pushed quite a bit like as recently as like a week ago.
Yeah.
I think Byron likes Lou Will too much, I think.
That and Mitch Kupchak likes to win trades, and I'm not sure the Lakers are in a position to win a trade.
There's been a few ones that I've seen. Obviously Kelly Oubre, and then like take on like Chris Humphries, who's on a non-guaranteed deal, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I think that one's successful on the trade machine. If not, I know Allen Anderson and Kelly Oubre work. I don't know. I don't think Washington would do that. but they might be desperate because I think they're out of the playoffs right now, aren't they?
They're they're like one game. I think they're in like 8th right now.
Yeah, if they're in it, it's just barely. So they might be desperate enough to make a trade like that, especially if
the Bulls. The Bulls are a little desperate.
But my whole thing is I'm not taking on anything that they have that I like.
Yeah.
They're not giving up Bobby Portis, and we wouldn't really have a thing or a place for Bobby Portis anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he can really play he might be able to play the 5. I don't think so.
He's a little thin.
But
Oh yeah, they are 10. Wow.
The Wizards, yeah. See, I think they're gonna be desperate, especially if they're gonna they're gonna go hard after. They're gonna go so hard after Durant. So
I think KD's still signing a 1-year deal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I totally agree.
I don't think he's leaving this year.
You know that they're going to push, and it's going to make them desperate. And I would every day, if I'm Mitch, call 2 or 3 times a day. You sure you don't want Lou Will for Oubre and Humphreys or whatever? Yeah, I mean, I'll even take Humphreys and Blair because I think both of them are non-guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So both of them are in suits most of the time, anyways.
They'll make us a little worse too.
Huh?
They'll make our team a little worse too.
Dang.
Yeah,
For Nelson.
I agree.
Dang.
I mean, you would get your 3 for the future.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know what you would do for your pick. I mean,
Ben Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
that's a question that's coming up. I think that they move Bass. I think. I don't. How was it you, Nelson? How you said that you thought Byron likes Lou too much? Honestly, I don't think they care anymore. If they're already looking for new head coaches, they don't care about that.
Maybe Bass to Toronto. They need a.
Yeah, they were talking about a 4.
Yeah. I mean, they're second in the East right now. They're making a big push.
Yeah.
He doesn't move the needle too much for them, in my opinion. But if you can snag like I said, Norm Powell or Bruno,
Yeah.
I don't know if
The
Bruno
right
ever turns anything, but I mean he's a lottery ticket. That's just what you want, in my opinion.
Yeah, we could maybe get Bass for Rozier because I know that Boston has a lot of guards.
They also have a ton of 4s though. That's the problem. They want a big 5.
Yeah. They got a ton of white guys.
Olenek.
My good friend Jeff K 1989 on Twitter. He's a huge Boston fan.
They got David Lee.
Yeah, he loves Bass. But he's so, oh my word, he thinks like Sullinger is still good. I'm just like, he had a good first part of the year, and ever since he's turned back to being bad.
Yeah,
they can make a whole starting lineup out of big white guys: Tyler Zeller, Jerebko,
David Lee,
Olenek, David Lee.
I don't know who would play the 1.
R.J. Hunter.
But I know his dad was black, so I think that throws a wrench in that.
Oh man.
So too bad. Yeah. I don't know. I've seen a trade of Hibbert to Boston for David Lee and his obviously expiring deal, and either James Young or R.J. Hunter, and I would jump all over that.
Yeah. I don't think.
I mean, James Young right now they don't even, I don't even know if they play him. I think he's on the D League all the time.
Yeah,
so,
they have 20 guards.
That's a lottery ticket right there. And then RJ, I don't even know if they play him. I mean, I think you might have to give up like the 32nd pick or whatever it is right now to get RJ Hunter, but yeah. So, all right. I don't know if any moves are going to be made. I would love to see Booker. I don't think it's happening because I think you have to throw in something really nice too.
Yeah.
The only question go on, Nelson.
Nelson. I think the Lakers can sell high on Clarkson if they were looking to do that. I don't know how big of a part he's gonna be of the future. So I think they can sell high on him and try to get something for him.
I agree. I think there's several guys that I would trade Clarkson for. One would be Booker. Another one would probably be Oladipo. The next would probably be Noel. And honestly, I think Noel and Booker would be my top 2 targets, but I don't know if.
Yeah.
I think Noel is way more gettable than any of those 2 for us, but
especially if Embiid comes back.
Yeah.
And if they draft Ben Simmons, they're probably gonna need it.
Yeah.
I don't see them drafting Simmons with Sarek coming over. Like, that's a lot of big men.
Let them take Ingram, and then we'll take Simmons. I have no problem.
Yeah.
They could use a guy like what's his name, Chris Dunn or
Jamal Murray.
Like, honestly, it might be best for the Sixers to get number 2 or 3, so they don't feel inclined to take Simmons.
Or they could trade back from 1 to 3 and get 4 second-round picks in return.
Yeah. All right. Next question. Will management remain patient with Russell, Randall, Clarkson, and crew?
Yep.
Do we need to worry about another quick fix?
Nope. If we had to worry, it would be done by now. They would have traded last year's pick.
I agree.
I think the only worry is if, for some reason, Jim and Mitch are no longer part of the front office, then maybe worry. But as long as Jim and Mitch are there, they're going to stick to their plan.
Yeah.
I've actually always been worried that they would just blow up the entire rebuild and try to go for a quick fix.
But I think at this point,
I feel like they can still do it though. I think they have the assets to do it if they ever wanted to. So that's my worry about them. I mean, I'm not worried about like coaching, whatever. I don't really care about the coaching. But if they ever pull a trigger on a young guy trade, I think I might turn to a Sixers fan.
I think really the only person that they would be interested in would be DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah.
That just would take way too much.
And for the last time, people, that is not happening.
No.
It's not happening.
Really?
He said today that he does not want to leave Sacramento.
Yeah, I mean, I see it like so many people. DeMarcus Cousins at LA. It's not happening. Like, it's just not.
Yeah. And if the Kings are smart, you go through coaches before you trade DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah, like
you don't just trade a guy like that.
I think you should have some Celtics for that Boston pick. I think for that Brooklyn pick.
I think that would be the team that he would be going to. It wouldn't be LA. I think with Vlade and Power, he's not going to make any deal with LA.
No.
I don't know. Like the Lakers Nation pod that I listened to last night. Jordan Buscarimi, I want to say his name is. He's a pretty good follow, and he has some really good things to say on there. But you don't blow up the team for one player.
Oh.
The only I'm not saying I would do it. Okay, the only way it would be even like conceivable, like, and not just so stupid, which I mean it would be really stupid, would be in the off season. KD is like, you trade the young guys for Cousins, and I'll come.
Yeah. Then you have to do it.
Then you have to do it.
That's easy. Yeah.
If you get Cousins, and then you do it.
Could you imagine if they did that and then Westbrook came the next year?
Yeah. Cousins, Simmons, KD.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
And
Throw in Ibaka because he'll be a free agent next year too.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it's not happening, people.
But the Thunder plus Cousins.
Yeah, exactly. So,
the big three, big four.
Yeah, it's not happening. Okay, like KD's not coming. Okay, sorry to spoil it all for you. He's not coming.
If there's any scenario where you can keep D'Angelo and trade for Cousins, I think you can do that.
But there isn't one.
Yeah, I honestly think D'Angelo is the only guy that I would say flat out no.
Yeah. And Randall.
I love Randall, but if you have to take Simmons, like if Ingram is gone and or you're at 3,
I'll be so sad.
Well, at three you're not gonna
No.
Be
Not
taking
taking
him.
Simmons.
There's no
Yeah.
four in this draft that's better than Randall.
If Randall
Other
gets
than-
traded, I'm changing the name to Randall Pulse, and I'm just going to follow him around.
Just a second.
So, Jamie, Randall is an offensive liability,
I
right?
just replied to him.
Just,
He has no jump shot at all.
It has looked a lot better recently. Like, I'm getting really excited about it.
I actually think his playmaking ability is overrated, though. That's the only thing that worries about him.
I don't think it's overrated.
Who's is overrated? I'm sorry.
Randall.
Randall.
It's not Simmons level, but it's not overrated.
No.
Like,
I think once
no,
he
no.
stops with the one-track mind when he gets in the post, it's going to be 4 assists a game guy.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Well, once he stops being so single-minded when he gets the ball, he could be a 3 to 4 assist guy. I think.
Yeah. Like we've been saying, he's essentially a rookie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's averaging 1.7 assists, I
Yeah.
think, right now.
yeah.
If it's not 1.7, I think it's like 1.2. That's not great, but for a rookie 4 in a terrible situation right now, you know.
Yeah, when your best passer is only averaging, what, 3?
Yeah.
One point whatever is pretty good.
Exactly. And plus, you got to factor in the same stuff that D'Angelo has to deal with,
Yeah.
of guys dropping balls. I'm sorry, Simmons right now I'm whatever, hot take, I don't care. Simmons wouldn't be looking that great in LA right now either. Sorry,
Nobody would.
hot take, I don't care.
Neither would Okafor.
Oh please.
Okafor would look probably really good though. 'Cause Byron
Yeah, he
would
would.
force feed him all
on
day.
offense.
50
But then-
touches a game.
Like, I would love to see, not like in a screwed up world where I wasn't a Lakers fan. I would love to see Okafor there, and then just see how much Byron complained about the points in the paint, because we'd be giving up 80 every game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no,
I think D'Angelo would be the rookie of the year if he was playing in
if D'Angelo was in Philly, he would be the rookie of the year. So, yeah. I'm not super worried about the team blowing up and
I'm not either.
going after
Yeah.
a quick fix. I think they would have done it by now.
I think they're too deep in the rebuild to ever pull that trigger.
Yeah. I don't think they have enough assets to really do it. You know.
But that's the thing, though. That's what I'd be worried about. If they wanted to, it wouldn't be enough.
Yeah.
To get anything good in return.
Yeah.
I hear
No
you.
one trades their stars now.
Yeah. I mean, you see them from like every 2 years, in my opinion. You
Yeah.
know, last year with Love, 2 years ago.
No, 2 years ago.
3 years ago. No. Last year with Love. 3 years ago with Harden. Now, right?
Yeah.
And then you see it every few years. I don't see anyone on the market available that would make us better immediately.
Nope.
Which is not good for the tank.
Well, it is good for the tank. If you don't want to be good.
Yeah.
The last one is by, I want to say he would probably the president of the Devin Booker fan club, Shizab Imam, on Twitter at Shizab88. If the Lakers land Simmons, would you trade JC and Randall for Booker and Filler?
That's too much. That's way too much.
No, not Julius, no.
Yeah, I think that's too much for Booker.
I think I agree with you. I think that you're going to have to trade Randall though.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I don't even think it's a question. You're gonna have to trade
I
him.
think Randall for Booker who could have
Trade Simmons to me, because you can't trade Randall.
Oh, okay.
I think
We
you
did
get a pretty
we
big
did just
package.
get another question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Simmons is traded and it comes down to trading Randall, what would you want in return in a trade?
Wait, what do you like? If we draft?
So
Yeah.
if you draft Simmons and ended up having to trade Randall,
What
kind
would we want in return?
I just don't think the Lakers will be able to get equal value because teams will know they have to
Yeah.
trade him.
I don't know because with Simmons, you're gonna just like Randall, you're gonna need
Shooters.
and a rim protector. Because sorry,
No, he's not.
sorry Nelson, Simmons is not a good defender. You're gonna have to find a good 5. So you're gonna try and like there's not many good young 5s out there that are available for trade. Like Noel is one, but like why would they do Noel for Randall? You know, you could maybe you could look to Toronto, Randall for Lucas Nogueira. I think he goes by Bebe or whatever. I don't know. That's not equal return either. So you're gonna have to take on. You're gonna be asking for something else. But even if you were to do Randall for Nogueira or whatever, how you ever say his name, Norm Powell and Bruno, like that's still not equal value in my opinion. So I don't know. That is the main thing why I don't want to take Simmons. Like, is Simmons better than Randall? Yes. He is better. He's more athletic. He has better vision. He's a better passer, better dribbler. He's not a better shooter actually because Randall's surprisingly a better shooter.
I think Simmons has 1 3-pointer this year.
Yeah, it's terrible. And if you look at his their past 10. Randall's free throw percentage has gone way up. Yeah. I think I talked about it in the last pod. Randall was 14 of 15 from the free throw line in his previous 5 games.
Yep.
So that is getting better. He at one point he was shooting 85%. You know, that hints that is going to get better.
Yep.
Simmons is shooting.
His jump shot isn't broken. It almost just seems like he rushed it when he's shooting.
No. And also, it just seems like he's so damn strong. Like, back up behind the 3-point line.
Yeah.
I've been seeing it all year. And when he does it, it doesn't look bad. That's the thing. Simmons, if he has to have anyone in front of him, that shot looks hideous. He has to be wide open. And then when it's wide open, he doesn't want to shoot it.
Yep.
So that's the thing. Like, he's not a good defender. He can't shoot. He cannot shoot. Like, maybe from the elbow, but, you know, but then it just gets back to the question, what are you going to trade Randall for? And you're going to be trading for, 75 cents on the dollar.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Mitch doesn't do that.
No.
So, what, you just going to let Randall walk, after next year?
Honestly, I would see them trying to make it work for a year.
Yeah, that would just be disastrous for both of them.
I think that's what would end up happening.
I mean, because they are both 4s. Simmons is not Simmons can't play the 3.
No, neither can Randall.
He can't, and Randall can't. Yeah, exactly. Randall can't either. Simmons maybe can play the small ball 5. Matt Moore, HP Basketball, has said that he could be like a super Draymond.
Yep.
But that would require him to improve, not even just massively, exponentially. He would have to be, it would have to be night and day of just how good he is as a shooter. So it's just. That's why I still say either take Ingram or trade the pick.
Yeah.
Because you are not getting equal value or even really anything close to Randall, and you don't waste. This is a guy who we just said he could probably have gone top 3. You know, at one point when he was recruited, he was the 2nd overall recruit.
Yeah.
So
he would have been top 3 or 4 if it wasn't for the foot scare.
Exactly, and that's.
And then we would have ended up with Marcus Smart.
Yeah, who I actually think would be a decent guy to put next to D'Angelo because Smart is a really good defender.
Yeah.
He's not a great shooter, but he is improving, I think. Not in game, which obviously is really important. But I saw a Boston guy talking about how he was just working on his 3s and he was just nailing them in practice.
Yep.
So, I mean, obviously it's totally different, but.
See, I'm with Nelson. I still think Simmons is the best player in the draft, but I think for the Lakers, there's just
maybe not the best fit.
Too much that has to happen for the Lakers to take him.
Yeah,
and the Lakers have to do a ton of stuff.
My real question is how much better is Simmons than Ingram? And honestly,
I think there's a gap for me.
Yeah,
I don't even know if there's. I mean, I think probably like most people would have the gap like that, and I think it's only like that for me, honestly. Like, I know I'm just going on a complete rant. I'm sorry, guys. I was reading. I don't remember who it was the other day. They compared Ingram to Giannis. Okay, Antetokounmpo, the Greek Freak.
Yeah.
Okay, when Giannis got into the league, he was same thing as Ingram, tall.
Minus the jump shot.
Minus the jump shot.
Yeah.
He was tall, incredibly long, and was thin.
Yeah.
Incredibly thin. But once these guys start to put on muscle, and they neither of them looked like Ingram has spurts where he looks really athletic, that you can see it. It's not Ben Simmons athletic, but it looks really good. If you go look at Giannis when he was in Europe, like it's not the same guy.
Yeah.
He once he added the muscle and he physically matured, now he's an athletic freak, the Greek Freak, you know? So my thing is when Ingram does put on weight, because it will happen.
Yeah.
He's not super wide. He's not, because Kevin Durant is wide. Because that's another guy that they always compare him to. He's not as wide as that, but once he puts on the muscle to add the power, because if you actually look in games when he goes to the hoop, people like he doesn't like crumble. You know?
Yeah.
So that's my like. I don't think the gap is as big as other people think.
No, I don't think it's that big, but I do think Simmons is the best player.
It just really worries me,
But
the
it's
jump
just
shot and the lack of defense. I've seen way too many guys that are just incredible athletes
Right.
just completely fail because they couldn't defend or shoot. So
it's kind of scary though that Simmons could be the best player, and there's a scenario where he could go 3. If the Lakers and Lakers are 1 and 2.
Oh,
weird.
There's no way. I could not see him going 3. I can't see it.
Yeah.
It's just because this draft sucks.
Yeah.
Well, so the question would be, the Sixers would get the number 1 pick, they go fit, and they go Ingram, because if they draft Simmons, that's the terrible fit for them because they have way too many bigs. Then they get Ingram.
But it's easier for them to move those bigs. That's the problem.
Right. Yeah.
Because
I think the Lakers should do what the Cavs did and draft Simmons, don't sign him, and see what they can get, because he will give a much bigger return than Randall.
I
and if there's nothing that blows them away, then sign him and then try to trade Randall.
Yeah. It is much easier for Philly to deal those big guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I talked to you, Nelson, about this before. I think it was just through texting or DMing. You in Philly, you can put Simmons at the 3. Okay. I think Philly would be bold enough to try it. Then they have Noel or Okafor at the 5, and then at the 4 they could have Saric. So you get your floor spacer. If they get a 1 or 2 that can actually space the floor as well, then that would be, especially if it's Noel. Can you imagine Ben Simmons throwing lobs to Noel?
Yeah, that's gonna happen if it goes to Philly.
You know, it would be nuts. You know, or driving and kicking to Saric for the corner 3. It's
they have Saric as a small forward, power forward on Draft Express. So
yeah, I mean, he might be able to play some 3, and if they have, if they're able to, get a good one, because Ish Smith is not very good still. And a good 2.
Great under D'Antoni, like every other point.
Yeah. Right. If they can sign a 1 or a 2, and then I don't know. I think they would, because they're definitely a team that do not care about fit
no, they're looking for a superstar.
No, they're looking for a superstar, and they're willing to trade their guys. And they don't always win their trades. KJ McDaniels was traded for what? A 2nd-round pick, when he probably, and like a late 2nd-round pick. He could have gotten, I think, a bit higher because he was showing off really well in Philly. I don't know.
I also think Simmons is a great fit for D'Antoni if he stays there. A big that can rebound and push it and pass.
And that is a coach right there that would get the most out of Simmons.
Yeah. That would
I mean, look, okay, so we want to also talk about fit with Philly then. Look back at the year that D'Antoni had not only Amari but Shaq, okay? Everyone thinks that Shaq was just a lumbering giant that didn't do really well in Phoenix. Their defense was actually really good with him.
Yep.
If they want to keep Okafor at the 5, I mean, Okafor's not Shaq. That's not what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, like, Okafor is slow and, you know, that's my point, though. Like, he had Amari at the 4, and, you know, he can get the best out of those guys, you know?
Yeah.
Amari, when he came into the league, could not stretch the floor at all. He was the original Blake Griffin, you know?
Yeah.
Like, who now can stretch the floor himself. I think that he could eventually get that better. I don't know. I go through phases where I'm so done talking about Simmons and Ingram, and then of course like you guys catch me where I'm just like, rah! Yeah, everyone's just gonna be like, man, that guy's a dick. Why does he keep talking so much?
That's Simmons hater.
And that's the thing, though. Like, I don't hate Simmons. He is not a good fit for LA.
Right.
And I think that he is massively overrated. Because go look at his competition that he's played. He has played like 2 ranked teams, and one of them was Kentucky, who is massively overrated themselves.
My problem on Twitter though is he's the second coming of LeBron on Twitter.
Which he's not, because like. He's not a 3. Like, LeBron, when he came into the league, he could have played the 2.
He did play the 2 a lot his rookie year.
Exactly. So, and then if you look at it, like, I think LeBron came in the league at, like, 18 and a half.
Yeah.
And Simmons is going to be...
Numbers where you could maybe put him on an All-NBA team.
Yeah. Simmons right now, I'll look him up. Here. Just play. Simmons is already 19.
Yeah.
And I believe that he's going to be 20 pretty soon. He is not young at all for a freshman. He is that's another reason why I like Ingram, because he's still so young and it's coming. You know, he's 19. He will be 20 when the season starts.
Yeah.
Yep.
20 years old. Seriously, his birthday is July 20th.
Yeah.
That is old.
And yeah.
I mean, he fits with like D'Angelo, you know, like they play
Mm-hmm.
together, but
the way the Lakers are constructed, it's not just a bad fit. It's like as bad a fit that there could be right now, which is my problem.
Yeah, and you're not getting good value for Randall. You're just not. So I don't know.
I still think that if the Lakers get the number 1 pick, they should take Simmons and try it out. If it doesn't work, then you can trade Randall.
I don't even see the point of trying it unless you're seriously going to try and convert Simmons into a 5. I don't see it at all. I mean, neither of them, like
0.5.
I just don't know. I don't know. And I still say that he is not very good in the half court. You know?
Right.
Well, he's not as bad as you may think in the half court. He's not like because his jump shot does limit him in the
I'm not saying he's trash in the half court, but he's not good. His best is when he is in transition. So
So he'd be great with D'Antoni.
Would be great with
D'Antoni and D'Angelo.
Oh, don't even
Lord.
make me cry.
Lord.
Man.
I hate you. Like if you can get something good for Randall, you know, like if you can get Devin Booker for Randall, maybe, yeah, I mean, but that
should be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see them Phoenix doing that.
No.
You know, I think they would much rather try and dump now Brandon Knight on anyone.
Yep.
And keep Booker. So, yeah, it went all from fun and games to Clayton becoming a massive jerk and ranting about Simmons. No, I'm sorry. But, all right. Was there any more questions that came in?
That is it, I believe.
I don't think so.
You guys are like, thank God.
Yeah, that's it for the questions.
All right. Well, was there anything that you guys wanted to add before we?
Tune in tonight to watch. Is it tonight the game? Right?
Yeah. 7
Tune in tonight
o'clock
to
is
see
the
what
red-
Russell really can do.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna have to watch
No,
that.
9
I wasn't
o'clock.
planning on.
9 o'clock our time. Celebrity game is at
So-
7.
So if it's 9 o'clock there, it's 6 o'clock here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Hey, at least no Kevin Hart in the celebrity game this year.
He's
I
a
don't
coach.
I don't watch
Yeah.
the celebrity game.
Jake's coaching.
I will if the Secretary of Education's playing again.
I don't get the reference, but whatever.
Oh, the best player is the Secretary of Education for the country, Arnie Duncan. He's like this, I don't know what he's 60-something, and he can ball. Really good. Yeah.
Let's get Bernie Sanders. Bernie
Bernie
Sanders.
Sanders. Celebrity game.
Yeah. Let's not get into politics. But yeah. All right. Well, so you guys gonna actually enjoy the All-Star game
Tonight.
or the
Absolutely,
rising challenge while Nelson's just plotting my death right now.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be watching some Chris Dunn. Try to get that big board done.
Hey, and Lakers Pulse is kind of up right now a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good,
it's
finally.
well, kind of.
It's still bad, but
it takes you to a web page, but
It says hello
WordPress.
world.
I think you just need to find a new place to do it. Then that's
I do,
crazy. It's
yeah.
been what 2 months now?
yeah. I mean, the URL finally works. Now I just have to figure out how to get all of our old information up there.
Fun.
Yeah, it takes you to a basic template of a web page.
Terrible. All right, guys. Well, Nelson, have you finished your big board?
Yeah, I just need that some more done and go over a few times and add my shot charts.
And shot analytics.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Do you guys have like a shot analytics account, or do you just get it?
Sir.
Oh, I'm gonna have to steal that from you, Jamie.
Anytime you want it. I gotta figure out the password though. That's the problem right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep getting it reset. And
Been waiting for 5 years
not
just
resetting.
password.
Funny. All right. Well, then in that case, I will have to steal that from you.
Yeah, no problem.
TJ, you got anything going on besides trying to get Lakers Pulse to 10,000 followers?
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
We got about 200 more a couple nights ago.
Yeah. Wow. Jamie probably pissed someone off.
Probably. We'll lose a lot when I tweet.
My wife is putting my daughter into the picture here. She's gonna be 6 months now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Where's the baby at? Bring the baby. Oh, there you go.
Yep. So TJ, you can get another screenshot of her like you did the last time. So, but she's a lot bigger now than she was. So, yeah. So, you got anything, Jamie? You got the day off, right? My wife says she is so cute. Funny.
Nope, just trying to get the website back up, and then I'll have something eventually.
All right. Well, let's try and do another podcast here soon if we can't get all. I think it actually worked pretty well with all four of us today.
Yeah,
other than my ranting.
Also, I'll be tweeting out the LSU game and the Duke game tomorrow.
Yep.
Oh, Duke plays tomorrow?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. I didn't get to see the last Duke game, so.
Oh, Brandon Ingram was dropping dimes. I was really.
Oh no, I heard. I actually saw an actual scout say that he could play one a bit.
Well, no, that was actually Coach K. He said.
No. Like,
really?
I want to say it was one of the Draft Express guys.
Whoa.
Yeah, like not like on a full-time basis, but man, he said he is so versatile he could play the one to four. So that's another thing that I like about him. So, and remember how I was shooting down last time that he could play the two. After watching him again, I'm like, no, you're right, Nelson. My bad on that one. He can play the two. So, you know what we'll just do? We'll just we'll just get picks 1 and 2, and we'll just take both of them. Okay.
Oh gosh.
We'll
And then
give
everybody's happy.
we'll give Philly like $25 million or something like that, and
And we'll give Randall, and we'll give Clarkson, and we'll give Nance, we'll give Byron too, and then.
Byron. Yeah.
Hey, how about we trade Byron for Brad Stevens?
Oh my word. We in that case we would really have to give the top 3 picks.
Yeah,
They would want more than that.
it'd be Ben Simmons and Byron for Brad Stevens.
Yeah. We need D'Angelo and the pick for Byron, and Byron for Brad Stevens. Okay. So. Okay. Well, I still don't have anything to do besides school work. So.
We'll work lots of it.
And tweeting a lot. So everyone follow Jamie at JamieRico21, also at Lakers Pulse. We got Nelson at Not Famous Nelson, and then you got TJ at it's D'Angelo, but the L is a 1, correct?
Yep. You like that because he wears number 1.
Wait until next year when he switches it to 0. After we stretch Nick Young.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight.
So, all right. Well,
All right.
I think that's about it. You guys have a great one, and we'll try and have another one before,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
like not 2 weeks in between. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys have a great one, and we'll see you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah.